And welcome back once again, listeners, to Lost in Postulation. And we're on to the main segment for today, which is an exciting one because it is a new segment that I am tentatively christening the Strategic Postulation Bonanza.
Oi.
Volume 1.
You and names.
Love this one, yeah. This was born of a certain inspiring story that I saw during the week. Actually, I've been on Strava recently, getting a little bit healthy, as you
Welcome.
do. Love Strava. Yeah, it's actually, yeah. Do I like Strava?
Kind of love it.
Yeah, the jury's out actually on Strava. But do I close Strava feeling happier or less happy? I don't know.
You love that social peer pressure.
Love
right?
that.
Yeah.
Love that constant measuring myself against others. But regardless, there is a guy on Strava who's fitter than either of us, I can say for sure. Because he's currently running the length of Africa, right? He's gone from top to bottom. And I just found that just a very enjoyable, wacky idea, you know, that it's just a bad idea. Like, don't do it. Like, there's no, well, it's just a bad idea. Like, it's
dangerous or what?
Danger for one, but also just no human like is going to want to do that. Like, that's not something we need to do. Like, we didn't evolve running the length of Africa, kind of, you know, like it's just kind of like
you've
extreme.
been following it attentively, so it's serving some purpose.
Exactly. It captures the imagination a little bit. So that was the spark here, because I was like, this is something to explore, which is like, what are some very weird scenarios that, let's say you just have to do them.
Right.
What's your strategy for doing them?
Oh, I love it.
And I like strategy as a topic because it is commonly confused for, you know, tactics, you know, like what are the steps you're going to follow? Right. But no, what I'm interested in here is like, why are you going to take step 1 followed by step 2, you know, this kind of thing. So what I thought we would do is start with a simple one, and it's kind of wacky, you know, but that's the idea. It's to get the creativity flowing, just to see how you approach things. And this was also, to be fully transparent, inspired a bit by some of the questions I've seen on Reddit. There's a subreddit called Ask Reddit, which sometimes comes with reasonable questions and sometimes comes with just ridiculous stuff. And it's more the ridiculous side that I'm leaning towards here.
As we do.
So are you ready to strategically postulate?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Exactly. Yeah, probably shouldn't have asked that. But in any case, your first question is this, right? And we're just looking for like a rough strategy, how you're going to handle this. You have been issued a challenge to eat one door. A wooden door. So like very similar to the one you see here. Actually, use that one as inspiration.
Okay.
No metal. So all the metal will be taken off.
Okay.
And you have 1 year to consume the door.
Okay. And it's a wooden door that's been painted over? Or?
Yeah. So it's literally, let's take this door off.
My door.
This door right here. So we'll take it off its hinges, take the hinges off, the handle off. You need to have consumed that door by September. Oh, I probably shouldn't say the date, but by mid-September next year, right?
Okay.
Now, how are you going to do that? What is your strategy?
Wow. Okay. So I have 365 days to eat a door.
One door.
I think there's an aspect here of what they call easing into it.
Ah, okay. Hadn't thought of this. Okay.
Because I have not eaten a door before, right?
Have you not?
So the way I'd approach this is the same way I would approach training for my first marathon. Right?
Okay.
So let's say I'm going couch to marathon over a year, which, by the way, I do not recommend to anyone. No. Horrible idea.
No. Yeah.
But so's eating a door.
Okay.
So easing into it. So that means I want to start to build up my running so as not to get injured.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And to then come into marathon training the last 3-4 months of that year. Right?
So you spent 6 months, 7 months just kind of getting up to speed, like
building up my tolerance for wood in the body and paint.
Okay. Hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Doing the other type of training, you know, for the jaws when I get to the bigger pieces, etc.
Interesting. Yeah. Are you chopping up this door? Or are you gonna? How fine is the door?
Well, that's what I'm going to ask you. Yeah. Do I have props available?
Yes.
Do I have a saw?
Yes. Okay. You have actually. As long as the full grammage of this door gets eaten, you are good to go. So you can do whatever you want to the door.
Okay.
As long as it gets eaten.
Okay. So 12 months in a year. I'm going to take 8 months to eat the first half.
Okay.
Spaced out.
Nice. This is your ramping up period.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And then there's going to be 3 months where I eat 90% of the other half before tapering down before I go back to my regular diet.
This feels...
Without doors.
I feel this is quite high risk though, because you're putting a lot of time in the towards the back end.
Right.
Where imagine if you only get to that point and then you're like, oh no, I haven't given myself enough time. It's harder than I thought actually to eat this door.
On the other hand, I will have built up, you know, the training necessary to be able to eat more door.
Unreal.
by the end, right?
Okay.
My organs will be more used to, everything going on once you have pieces of wood coming in, etc.
I actually hadn't considered this at all, the adaptation aspect that you may need to ease into it, right?
Right.
When I was preparing my thoughts on this question, I looked up, what's the weight of a door, and they can be about 7 kilos.
Okay.
A meaty door. This one's probably about 7 kilos.
Yeah, probably.
And
not more.
I worked out that, grammage wise, that's about 150 grams a day, I think, something along those lines. I don't have the calculator in front of me.
Okay,
but something along those lines. And then I was thinking, why don't I just grind it up into sawdust and just sprinkle it on
other
food, or blend it into.
But are you allowed to do that,
yes.
or does it have to be okay?
You can blend it in, so you can sprinkle it into a salad, or
That's an approach. You could, just replace your salt shaker with those sprinkles.
Just grind it on.
That is an approach. Yeah, definitely.
I think that'll work. Yeah. And then my question was, do you do that every day, or do you do that once a week? You have one bad day where you eat door.
It depends if you like it or not.
I don't think
you are assuming that you would not like the taste of door.
It's a safe assumption, though, I think, based on data. Based on the lack.
Data?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
But I had not considered at all the easing in strategy and the taper strategy. That's also very marathon.
Also making yourself like it. If you start training, say, for something like a marathon.
Yeah.
Full on, and you've never done one before, you're bound to start hating running.
Jeez, yeah, maybe.
What better way to love running than to meet the level you're at as you go? Yeah. Same with the door. By the end, you, my friend, with the sprinkle strategy, will still hate eating doors.
That's true.
I might say, hey, I'm going to do this again in a couple of years.
This keeps me fit, actually, yeah.
I'm going to, get to that milestone of having eaten 10 doors by the time I'm 50.
That is actually a huge point. You're going to learn to love eating the door.
Absolutely.
That's a great point.
So when I'm challenged to eat a door, it'll be like, yes, again. I love this.
Thank you for the opportunity to eat the door.
Exactly. I will pay to eat doors in competitions the way I pay to participate in races.
Wow. But it's a bit like the cold shower strategy. You've probably heard of this, right? Where people swear by, if you just take a cold shower every morning for 30 days, you will end up loving it because it leaves you on a high after, and it triggers your fight or flight and all these things. But no, I'm not one of those people, but it sounds
you do
like
the ice baths at 3 a.m.
I'm a Wim Hof specialist. Absolutely.
After 2 hours of meditation.
100%. Every day.
Just don't sleep.
2 a.m, 2 at night. That's it. If you cut out sleep, you can get a lot done. But this is it. Well, I think that's a good place to jump into our next strategic postulation. So let's